Have you ever wondered how a single whispered promise could hold more power than 1,000 swords? Tonight, I'll take you into an ancient Arabian tale, a story not for riches or riddles, but of loyalty, sacrifice, and the chance that could change the fate of an entire kingdom. This is not a tale you will want to miss. Long ago, in the heart of the desert, there lived a humble calligrapher named Ameer. His gift was not strength of arm, nor command over soldiers, but the beauty of his words. He could take the simplest parchment and turn it into a masterpiece, each stroke flowing like water, each word shimmering with meaning. But what power could a man of ink and parchment possibly hold in times of war? One evening, under a sky scattered with stars, Ameer was summoned before the Sultan. The kingdom stood on the brink of destruction. A neighboring ruler demanded tribute, gold, land, and slaves, or else his armies would march. The Sultan, weary and desperate, looked at the calligrapher and said, "You have no sword, Ameer, yet I believe you hold a weapon greater than any blade. Write me a letter, one that could turn an enemy into an ally." Ameer's hands trembled. Could words alone stop the clash of armies? Could ink turn away iron? He bowed and accepted the task. Through the night, by the glow of a single lamp, Ameer wrote. His letter was not filled with threats, nor with begging. Instead, he wrote of the beauty of peace, the cost of blood spilled on sand, and most importantly, he included a whispered promise. "If you choose peace," he wrote to the enemy king, "you will not only gain a neighbor, but a brother. Together, we can write a story greater than war." But here is where it becomes even more remarkable. Ameer finished his letter with a blank space at the bottom. He sealed it, delivered it to the Sultan, and said only this: "Do not add your seal. Let the enemy write his ending." The Sultan hesitated. Wouldn't this make him look weak? Yet, with no other choice, he sent the letter. Days passed. Silence. The army gathered at the border. Tension hung in the air like the heat before a storm. Finally, the reply came. The enemy king had opened the letter, and beneath Ameer's final line, he had written just one word: brother. The war ended before it began. Not a single sword was raised. If you've stayed with me up to this point, you are clearly enjoying the story. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next inspiring episode. Now think about it. What gave Ameer's letter such power? Was it the beauty of his words? Or was it the courage to offer trust when betrayal could have been the answer? And let me ask you, what would you have done in his place? Would you have dared to leave a letter unfinished, trusting your enemy to write the last line? Or would fear have made you hold tightly to control? This is why stories such as this matter. They remind us that strength is not always found in might, but in trust, humility, and vision. Ameer returned to his quiet life. He received no riches, no titles, no monuments in his name, yet his single act of courage saved thousands of lives. And his whispered promise became a legend retold for generations. Sometimes, the greatest heroes are the ones who never wield a sword, but instead choose to wield something far greater: the pen, the word, and the trust in the human heart. And that, my friends, in the story of Ameer the calligrapher who stopped a war with nothing more than ink and a whispered promise. If this story touched you, imagine what's waiting in the next one. I bring ancient tales that hold timeless lessons for our lives today. So, if you haven't already subscribed and join our growing circle of story lovers, because the next tale, that one is even more remarkable. It is about a woman whose silence was louder than 1,000 voices, and how her silence saved her people. Don't miss it.